Hey there, friends. So let's start back to place-based education. If you enrolled through Heuristics through Teachers Fall 2020, you can go back and find that in Coffee Shops Network. I have an entry point every so often into my courses, but I like to keep you up to date even if you're just sampling, which a lot of you are. You come through here with some interest, but you're ready to move on pretty quick. That's Charles Kuralt's On the Road mobile. That is probably the prototype Bizmo, as I call it, business mobile. Because he's like earning his living or doing his life's work from a mobile base, which I think a lot of us do in one way or another, simply in being bipeds. This is another meaning of Bizmo, you could say. So in Facebook, that was the refugee meme. It looks like I'm mocking Americans, which is always a problem for them, to see themselves cast as somehow less than competent is, you know, a bit of an offense. And there's a connection there back to my blog. And I'm asking, where's the FEMA channel? And I'm talking about Raytheon's Russia policy because in this alternative fork, right, in this narrative, as you know, the USA is behind us now. It's in the rearview mirror as of 1983, if you want to. But, some people, there echoes back to the Kennedy assassination. There's lots of fuzziness in this logic. And it's not up to me, by the way, right? Like, I don't get to dictate world history from my office here. All I get to do is tune in a specific literature and help you navigate, which is what we're doing here in this channel, right? You already know about grunch.net if you've been watching and where I'm getting my dates and why and all this garbage. And I say garbage just kind of out of familiarity that we've been through a lot of this, right? So speaking of what we've been through before, Neolithic math, this is one of four where we take up different aspects of life, and it's convenient kind of to talk about humans looking from the future and seeing us as primitives. And that's not like primitives doesn't mean anything disrespectful. It means stripped back to the bare bones, kind of like calendar, timekeeping, weights and measures, the really beginner stuff we look at with kids when we're talking about math, right? How to quantify, how to count. And there's more to it than that because time, right? Calendars, right? Time dimension I start right off with. Then there's casino math. I'll just go through the four. I'm going to, at the end here at Martian math, I'll show you some trailheads and suggest ways to continue. Casino math leads me into statistics and games. So we were in Neolithic math. Let's see, it sounds like I hear a call coming in. This is my Twitter, by the way. Keep on trucking. I'm just moving ahead with the Truckers program today. Truckers, you know what I'm talking about, right? If you go to Medium, this is a bit of an aside. You guys know I do these asides. Again, if you're new to the channel, you're going to want to go to worldgame.blogspot.com and look for resources down the right margin because there's going to be a lot of connections for you. Like here we're working on the Sister City program between Portland and Shiraz. Again, this is something I'm somewhat on the margins of that through my, Facebook Peace Program. It's called Portland Peace Program. Goes back to when AFSC had projects here. Okay, so what I wanted to show you is this right margin and all these connections here, and there's the grunch.net I was talking about. Now, because I put HTTP here, it doesn't fuss. On phones, I gather nowadays it's getting harder to visit actual HTTP sites without the security layer turned on, right? In fact, there's what happens right there, right? So maybe I need to edit that. Let's check. While we're here, I'm going to change my outline for today and show you editing in Blogger. So this is all my links to all my media here. By media, I should say social media, I suppose. And sometimes I add or subtract to this list. But the one that was just giving me troubles right now was grunch.net. So I'm going to click on that and see if the problem was the URL needs to be fixed. Okay, so need to edit this. I click on edit. And where's the... No, it is HTTP, not HTTPS. And yet, even though that's what I say it should be, I am overruled by the browser, which gives me grief when I try to go there. Now, I'm standing by the HTTP community and saying we deserve respect. If we don't want to encrypt, if we don't want TLS, that's our business. I think you guys are forcing our hand in a way that's worth fighting for now, right? So I'll try it again. I'm going there again, and this time I'm going to bash on through, even if it doesn't want me to. This time it let me. Okay, so I'm not actually sure why it let me that time. But here you get the rest of my story in terms of dates and heroes and jerks, and you know, what's the drama, what's the melodrama. You're curious, you want to know what's the plot line, and I'm saying check that out, and we'll catch you up another time on sort of the math that goes on here. This Bizmo meme is what I want to leave you with from earlier this year. Think of this as a wandering caravan of vehicles like this. And they're not all identical. They have their own specific purpose. So like one of them is more of the cookmobile, and it cooks for the others. You know, when you create a caravan, it doesn't mean you drive immediately after each other, but you might. It does mean, though, that when you go to the next location, which might be a large parking lot, like a Walmart-sized parking lot, maybe you have 3 food mobiles and the rest are living quarters and some other things, right? So you've got this sort of diversification in your Bizmos. Now, all of this is premised on people understanding their options here, and that's what this channel will help you discover as well. So stay tuned. We'll talk to you in the next issue.